Most new parents look forward to tracking the developmental milestones in their child's life. Those milestones are the skills that most children can do by a certain age. For example, smiling for the first time, waving goodbye, or taking their first step. We sat down with UCSF's Interim Chief of Pediatrics, Serena Young, to talk about what parents should really be looking for.
I'm so glad we're talking about this topic of milestones. And just to clarify, milestones, we mean milestones of development. As pediatricians, we watch very closely how children are growing, but we also watch how they are developing. And so we know that from birth to about 4 or 5 years of life, those first 5 years are critical, is a critical time period for us to be making sure that they have those growth and development milestones on target. How are they acting with other people? How are they talking with other people? How are they moving? What are they doing? How are they learning? So these are all kind of big areas of development that we need everyone looking for and watching for and letting people know if you're worried. Wanted to emphasize today not to wait, certainly, and just wait until your doctor's appointment 2 months later to tell someone, or even to tell your teacher or your daycare provider, or even a nurse that you trust, that you're worried about your child's development and how he or she is acting or talking or doing, because the key is actually early identification, and then someone can actually further look at your baby or your child and determine whether or not an intervention or a program is needed to help support their development. We know the evidence shows that early intervention or early supports for infants and children in the first 5 years of life are actually setting them up for better success and better health when they're older, and the interventions actually need to be done early.
How can parents be the best advocate for their children?
Just to keep being who they are and to persist. That's my asking, is to persist and call your nurse or doctor or teacher or daycare provider again. And that's the key, is that with time we oftentimes can see different things over over time. And so please do be persistent, and let your doctors know that you're worried.